What's going on, Bulls Nation? Woo-hoo! Welcome in to CHGO Bulls pregame, coming to you live from our studios here in the West Loop, downtown Chicago. I'm Matt Peck. You can follow me on Twitter at Bulls_Peck. Join me with my guy, Big Dave Watson. Bow! BAWL Sports. Our pal producer, Joey Spathis, on the controls. Follow that man. He's at Joey Spathis. We're CHGO_Bulls. Our guy, Will the Goat Gottlieb, at the Madhouse on Madison tonight.
Seeing red.
Seeing so much red. We will hear from him during our post-game show following Bulls versus Nets. The first in-season tournament game has arrived. Woo! Bulls taking on Brooklyn. Just a reminder at the top of tonight's show, before we dive into some fun stuff about the in-season tournament and the Bulls-Nets matchup, we are hosting our first takeover of the season later this month, November 17th. That's
Joe.
2 Fridays from now.
2 of them things.
Which is, just like tonight, an in-season tournament game. The court's going to be red. We're going to be there seeing red.
Yep.
You should come hang out with us.
Yes,
you can find it under the events page of our website, ALLCITY.com. Maybe if Joey's kind enough, he can also even throw the Eventbrite link in to the comments on YouTube. Incredible deal because it includes pregame drinking before the game, a ticket to the game itself.
Come on.
And hanging out with fellow Bulls fans. The vibes. Also, for you CHGO diehards, that's a discounted ticket price.
Oh, you lucky bastards.
The diehards get an incredible deal on this.
Deal. Listen, man, our guy Easy is going to be there. All right, he's coming all the way from Paris. All right,
if Easy can come
from Paris,
all y'all locals,
come on now.
Come on out.
I don't want to hear, where's the long drive from the Birds? Paris! Paris! All right?
Easy's driving from Paris.
He's driving from Don't worry, we weren't going to go into the semantics of that. He's got an aqua car.
Go Gadget aqua car.
That's right, man. But he'll be here for it, ladies and gentlemen. So you should be there with us too. It's going to be so much fun. I really, really, really want to see all of y'all just so I can hug all y'all and laugh with all y'all and drink with all y'all.
Dre5DS in the comments asking how much is this? No more than $100, right? So I believe the regular price is like $80-something. Yeah. And then diehards who get the discount, it's like $60-something.
Correct. For
pregame drinks and a ticket to the game.
Pregame drinks, man. And ticket to the game. And you get all of this.
Yeah.
All of this coming at you hard, fast, and with full of love.
Yeah.
And a little anger. And full of love, though. But full of love. Full of it. The anger will be Bulls anger. So you will always be able to tap into that.
I'll be happy to see y'all.
Yes.
that will override my just like status quo Bulls fan anger.
That's right.
Which, in case you didn't read my column that came out today, this is pretty high right now.
Like how Dredz is saying that, oh my, that's a steal. You got that right.
It's a steal.
It's a steal, dog. All right? It's a steal. Come hang out, come drink.
The vibes alone are worth $100.
Yes, they are. Oh,
Joey, you're coming, right?
I'll be there.
Joe Spath?
I think.
Joe Spath in the place?
The Joeys need to come hang out with the Joey.
Yeah, where are the Joeys, man? How come you ain't got the Joeys up on here to say, yo, man, y'all better be at this spot?
What does that mean? Like in the comments?
Yeah. Yo,
Joeys. Joeys. Show out. Let's
Joeys,
go.
Assemble.
Let's go, Joeys. Assemble yourself.
Come on, Steve Rogers. Get them in there.
The Joeys are more.
We've literally been here the entire time.
I'm sure the Joeys will be more active in the post game, but I'm sure we got a couple in the chat.
Well, we'll talk to him in the post game then.
I see Fish out there.
We'll talk to him in the post game.
Alexis is there. He's one of the presidents.
Alexis said, Joey, is
that the one that you're riding those first bucket bets on?
Yes, which is why you guys have to let me go into the lab and do my studying here so I can figure out what it is that I want to
go ahead and do your studying. You can tack it on when I give my DraftKings pick of the week later on in tonight's pregame.
Ooh. Sponsored by DraftKings.
That's a flex.
Before we dive into the in-season tournament excitement and the Brooklyn Nets, wanted to start off by touching on the latest that has come out with the aftermath of the Bulls players-only meeting after their season opener blowout loss to OKC. We've heard Billy talk about it. We heard Vooch talk about it. Zach LaVine, most recently in an interview with our guy Vinny Goodwill of Yahoo Sports, former Bulls insider for NBC. Shout out to him. Got to see him in Vegas, actually, when we were out there for Summer League.
See him, interview him, talk to him.
Vinny's good people. So he chatted with Zach about this whole players-only meeting that kind of spiraled out of control. And Zach said a handful of things. First, he basically disagreed with the notion that it was a players-only meeting. He said a team meeting is when guys collectively call themselves in and talk about things. We didn't have a team meeting. It's a basketball conversation. He said you get your ass kicked on the first day, and we're having conversations from top to bottom. If we don't want the coaches in there while we're talking, that's not a team meeting. It's players talking amongst ourselves. I don't know if Coach maybe got that misunderstood or not. And that's the thing, is Billy didn't even refer to it himself as a players-only meeting.
Yeah. Billy
just said they were in there having a genuine, let's put it on the table conversation. And I said to them, hey, you want me to 180 and get back out of here so you guys can keep talking? And they said yes, and so Billy did. Basically, everyone within that locker room has said it wasn't like a, shit's hit the fan players-only meeting. It was just like, and we've heard from Billy and so many others, offseason, training camp, media day, that this team one of its strengths is not communication, Dave, and that they need to have more of these difficult, quote-unquote, conversations.
Yeah, and they should. And listen, they're arguing the semantics and how it's said, and, and all those things like that. It's more fun, I'm sure, for national media to call it a team meeting. Zach saying that just made me say, so team meeting? that's all I heard, to be honest with you. So whatever it was, the players were talking, and who I listened to in this situation were members of the media here in Chicago. That's who I listened to. So when Casey Johnson was talking, when Terrence Tomlin from the Bigs was talking, when Drew from the Bigs was talking, like when no guys who were actually there saying, like, look, y'all, it wasn't that. All right? Like, it wasn't nothing what the national media is running with right now. It was very small. It wasn't minor. It wasn't no big deal. It was just what Zach said it was. So I roll with that. But hearing Zach say this, it just made it sound more funny. It did. It just sounded like damage control on stuff. And I know that's not what he was doing, but it just sounded that way.
Right.
And I kind of wish you didn't say anything, to be honest with you.
Well, perhaps the most interesting quote from Zach in that sit-down with Vinny Goodwill is one that I saw you react to on Twitter, Dave, and it had a lot of Bulls fans
oh, boy,
feeling some things.
Let me crack this.
Seeing red.
Shout out, Buzz.
Thank you, Joe. Zach said, we're on our third year now, and I've been saying it since training camp. It's time to put pen to paper. If it don't work, we understand the business of basketball. We've got 3 all-star players. We have to make this work from top to bottom. It's not just the players. We got to make this click. And other than people getting their jokes off about 3 all-stars and whether or not that's still accurate, I think the biggest thing that people raised an eyebrow at, and you raised an eyebrow at, Dave, was the fact that he said, we've got to make this work. Not just the players. We've got to make this work.
Yeah, that quote right there was it for me. It's not just the players. That right there, because he didn't even have to say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He could have just said everyone. You know what I mean? And kept it right there. We all have to figure this out. We all got to find a way to make this work. But that is a going out of my way statement right there, to just say it's not just the players, not just them. I'm not saying too much, but I'm just saying it's not just the players. He's not talking about the ball boy. He's not talking about the cheerleaders. He damn sure ain't talking about Adam Amin and Stacey King, because they're perfect. But, man, we know who he's hinting at when he says stuff like that, man. That is the coaching staff. And if you even want to take it further than that, that is the front office. If you want to take it further, you can. But, my God, like, just that line just leapt out of that for me when he said that, man, because I was like, ooh, that's a dig right there. Like, it's not just the players. Like, we keep hearing things about coaching, for this team since this season has kind of started, right? Mm-hmm. Like I keep hearing things about coaching. Even if you want to tell me it's not a player's own, whatever, coaching was involved when you told him we don't need you in this. We trying to work this out right now, which is fine. It's not a big deal. It's not a thing, but it's just how it sounds and how it looks. Coaching was still involved in that. And so for him to come out and say this on top of that, and then also early on when he was like, I don't know if coach got that wrong, you know what I'm saying, or not, you got to figure that one out. It's those little kind of things. They just felt like little jabs, Matt. Just felt like little jabs at the coaching staff. And I'm not just going to say Billy in particular because he wasn't saying just Billy in particular until he was just saying coach. Mm-hmm. So I have to include everyone in this because he's right. Everybody is at fault. And I say that whenever the Bulls are losing or doing bad, it's an organizational failure. All right? When stuff like this is going wrong. That is an organizational failure. Everybody gets blame. Everybody from the court to the office, you get a piece of this blame. Nobody's absolved when your team is losing, just like nobody's absolved when it's winning. Everybody shows love when it's winning. Everybody goes down. Oh, the security guy has been here 45 years. He always is there for us. Well, guess what? It's his fault too when it's losing. Everybody fails. So, but it was just for him to actually put that on blast, Matt, that just really stood out for me, man.
Yeah. People chiming in the comments with their thoughts on Zach's players-only meeting take. Anthony saying, I appreciate Zach clearing things up, but at the end of the day, he's getting paid max money. $215 guaranteed, so let your play do the talking. I agree with that to a certain length. Like the whole it's time to put pen to paper metaphor that Zach has used. Yeah, I mean, winning solves damn near everything.
All of it.
Damn near everything.
All
and
of it.
Hey, what a surprise. The Bulls are 0-1, 1-1, 1-2, 2-2, 2-3. Maybe we'll be 3-3 in a few hours. Huh? But that's not good enough for the expectations that have been put upon this team and what they expect of themselves. Fried Rice saying maybe stop putting those kids to play alongside the starters, Billy. Terran7 saying Zach ain't wrong. Time for Billy to make lineup adjustments or Acme to send Pat to the G League. All right, well, okay.
Stop sending Pat to the G League.
Pat going to the G League is not happening.
Yeah.
It boggles my mind that some Bulls fans think that that's something that might actually happen.
Yeah,
I don't know, or maybe you're saying that in jest, which, okay, haha, funny joke. Not happening. Not happening.
Not.
Like, they recalled Dalen from the Windy City Bulls earlier today because they're shorthanded. Quick side note there. I would assume out of tonight's lineup because of a respiratory illness, non-COVID illness. Also won't travel to Denver for their second leg of their back-to-back tomorrow night. But so, yeah, they brought back Dalen because they were a little shorthanded. Pat going to the G League, never going to happen.
Nope.
I do, however, think it's not a good enough excuse to say it's too early to not try other things.
Yeah, agreed.
And I touched on that in my column that came out earlier today. Like,
flex.
Between the starting lineup and the rotation, we've seen Billy throw out a bunch of similar stuff from last season. He staggers either Zach or DeMar with the second unit, and he's still throwing Kobe and Pat into that starting lineup with the big three.
Yes.
We haven't seen any shared minutes on the floor yet with the big three and the two newcomers of Torrey Craig and Javon Carter.
That's true.
Why?
That's true.
Why?
In any capacity.
What you waiting for? Yeah, not just putting them in the starting lineup.
Right.
They have not shared the floor together at all yet this season.
Yeah.
How do you justify that?
Yeah. Yeah. I agree completely.
When you're struggling and you're 2 and 3, how do you justify that?
Yeah, because speaking of the guys who feel like, because it feels like this team is clearly not found their rhythm.
Yeah.
As far as individually, just looking at the stats of guys who are usually, big numbers guys, they're like, holy crap. You know what I mean? Vooch has found his. Mm-hmm. DeMar is doing his thing. Zach, not so much. Kobe, not so much. Pat, wah. But other guys like Torrey Craig, Alex Caruso, and Javon Carter that last game, he really found himself. Javon Carter really found himself that last game and where he could fit in on his team offensively. He already was okay defensively, but offensively, I felt that he had 12 points in that game. He really kind of found himself. So I know Kobe is going to find himself because, like I keep telling people, he's a notoriously slow starter. But how much longer can you wait, I think is the question, especially when Zach knows in the same, and again, he isn't the only one that said this.
Right.
That this is our last year, kind of.
Breaking news.
Yes.
Torrey Craig in the starting lineup tonight.
There it is.
My bet is voided. My bet is voided. Give me the money back.
Void the bet.
DraftKings, give me the money back now.
Wow. Wow. Thank you, Billy.
About time.
Thank you.
Yeah, bro.
Why not try something else?
All of my bets.
I'm not against it.
All of my bets are ruined.
Kobe's still in the starting lineup. Just Torrey Craig stepping in for Patrick Williams. The rest of the starting lineup remains the same. Yeah. Wow. Big swing from Billy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the in-season tournament, man. You got to get this one. This one counts for so much more.
That's a jerk.
It doesn't, by the way.
But it needed to happen. It needed to happen.
Because you know what it does count for? Your 82-game record and your seeding for the actual playoffs that matter?
Yes. It needed to go down, man. And also, like, this is coming from who told you I want Patrick Williams to start because I love the energy of Torrey Craig. But I continue to say when I would have this debate, if Patrick Williams ain't doing his thing, get his ass out of there and put Torrey Craig in. Mm-hmm. Again, and he wasn't doing his thing, was he? He was not. Those numbers were putrid. Yeah. So you got to go and you got to get Torrey Craig in there, man. And you got to jumpstart Pat some kind of way because you still need this dude. Because if he is on his game, the Bulls are a better damn team. That's just what it is. And thank you, Sarah. I appreciate the compliment. But yes, he's got to be better, man. He has to be better. But let's see what he does off the bench. And Kobe, you're not long for it either, my friend.
Yeah.
I know you're a slow starter, but if the Bulls are out here talking about they are trying to be a playoff team and they want to make it work, they can't really wait around. They got to move, bro. So get on the train or sit in the caboose.
As somebody in the comments just pointed out,
come on, Jeff.
Terrence Evan, our guy Willie Gottlieb had some quotes from Billy pregame in his pregame media availability about Patrick.
Okay.
And so this is quotes from Billy before it became public that he was sending Pat to the bench. Okay. Certainly the first 5 games, Patrick has not gotten off to the start we all would have hoped. The one thing I respect about Patrick in my conversations with him, his approach has always been, I have to figure this out. I've got to figure this out. We need Patrick. So whatever role he's in, he's got to help our team, whether he's starting, coming off the bench.
Yes.
I still think he's an important piece and a component to our team.
Correct. I just said this. Yes, absolutely right. You need Patrick Williams, man, because when he's on, your team is really good. That's just really what it is. But you see what your team looks like when he's not. And I'm not putting it all on him.
Right.
You know, because obviously there are mistakes, many mistakes to go around, you know, for this team. But he washes away several of those things. He did and I'm not calling him Lonzo Ball, but he can do those kind of things as far as if I play well, then I can go ahead and remove some of these mistakes that we can correct on the fly and not make them immediate corrections.
Right.
Because when you're not winning like that, you have to correct shit immediately. All right. So, yes, Torrey Craig, let's see it.
All right. We got to take a quick break. We'll come back and have a few thoughts on tournament and the Brooklyn Nets. Big Dave, tell the folks out there in Bulls Nation about game time.
Oh, it's about that time? Hey, Joseph. Are you ready for the question I'm about to ask you? You sure? You nodding like you ready. Got that Ollie Pop. You ready to go? What time is it?
Game time, hoop.
Ooh, he been ready. He been practicing. I like it very much, Joseph. I'm very proud of you right about now. Game time, damn it. I don't know why I'm so hyped about them, but they just make me excited because it is the place to go when you want those last-minute ticket deals, man. They have it for you. They are the ones, because you shouldn't worry about buying tickets to your next event. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets to all your sports, music, comedy, theater, and events near you with killer last-minute deals. All-in prices, views from your seat, and best price guarantee. Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying those tickets. You can see your views from the seat when you buy, so you know when you arrive, you'll get the seat that you're supposed to sit your wonderful self in, all right? Game Time has deals on tickets right up to the start of the event, and even an hour after it starts. It's crazy. It's the place to find last-minute seats, y'all. Exclusive flash deals, sponsored deals on tickets for football, basketball, baseball, concerts, comedy, theater, and much, much more. And with the zone deals, you pick the section. Game Time will do the selecting. when it comes to your seats, they got your back for a savings of, get ready, 18%. That's the average savings. Mind blown on the floor. There it is. And Game Time means you will always get the best price. So all you got to do is download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code CHGO, get yourself $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem that code CHGO. $20 off is what you're going to get. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, low price, guaranteed. Matt back. What time is it?
Game Time who? I like CJ Ortiz in the comments said, yes, you can. Oh, wait, wrong one. Come back for postgame. We'll take care of you. While we're sharing these words, don't forget to hit that thumbs up if you're watching along on YouTube. Make sure you are also subscribed to the CHGO Sports YouTube channel. Tonight's pregame also brought to you by our friends at DraftKings Sportsbook. Basketball is more fun when you're in on the action. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use that promo code CHGO. New customers can get $200 in bonus bets instantly for betting just $5 on any NBA action. Only on the DraftKings Sportsbook with promo code CHGO.
That's it?
The crown is yours. My DraftKings pick of the week, a parlay for tonight's Bulls Nets. You still got time to get it in.
Okay.
I'm tailing Cody, our guy from CHGO Bets.
Shout out.
But I made one adjustment. I tailed him on Mikal Bridges over 2.5 assists.
Okay.
He's hit that in, I believe, each of their first 4 games.
Okay.
I'm tailing him on Vooch rebounds. Give me a dozen of them Vooch boards. Ooh. I am tailing him on, what was the other one?
Tailing? I didn't know tailing was a term.
Mikal Bridges, Vooch,
oh, dig that.
boards. I did not tail him on Patrick Williams.
Okay.
He had over 2.5 boards for Pat, which I did not have faith in.
Yeah, I don't either.
So I swapped that out for 21.5 over DeMar points tonight.
Okay.
I just feel like DeMar's going to see this in-season tournament game and be like, it's king in the 4th time.
Yeah.
I have a feeling we're going to get an aggressive DeMar. He did more of a distributing role in their game on Wednesday. He had 7 assists in that game. I feel like we're going to get scoring DeMar back tonight. And then I can't remember what the 4th leg of that parlay was right now. Hold on.
Hold up.
Wait.
Joey, but in the meantime, Joey,
have first bucket changed?
Has it changed, Joe? Are you still figuring it out?
The bets have been voided. Therefore, the money has been returned and redistributed.
There you go.
To Torrey Craig, first basket.
Torrey Craig, now that's bold.
What are the odds on that? Like plus 4,000?
That's bold, Joseph.
But that's not it.
Ooh.
Matt says he doesn't have faith in Patrick to get 2 rebounds.
I said 2.5 rebounds.
I believe the
big difference.
The benching,
yeah?
the Torrey Craig first bucket, and the red court will combine to awaken Patrick to 8+ points, over 3.5 rebounds, and 1 or more blocks. Boosted on DraftKings, 15 to pay, 285. We are getting wealthy together.
Wow.
We are riding Patrick's benching straight to the bank.
Cheers to that. I like how you still
Thank
have
you.
the faith in those 8+ points.
Come on, boys.
Maybe the move to the second unit will help out, Pat. The other leg of that 4-leg parlay that I tailed Cody on, by the way, was over on 9.5 boards for Ben Simmons, who we'll talk about in a sec. He's back.
He's
back. Playing again.
He's doing stuff.
Averaging 10.4 boards so far this season.
Sound like we should be doing.
So there it is. Tail if you want to. Don't do it anywhere other than DraftKings Sportsbook tonight, because those bonus bets you get on NBA action are insane. Don't forget, gamble responsibly. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. All right, so in-season tournament, game 1 tonight. Quick recap in case you forget how it works. There is group play. It's game 1 of group play tonight. The Bulls are in Group C of the Eastern Conference. With them are the Boston Celtics, the Brooklyn Nets, who they'll face tonight, Orlando, and Toronto.
Got you.
All in-season tournament games played on Tuesdays and Fridays.
All right.
So we got this one tonight. 2 Fridays from now, the takeover will be an in-season tournament game. There are quarterfinals, semifinals, and a championship. Basically, you need to either win your group or I think 1 or 2 teams, there are the rules there on your screen, thank you, Joe, can make it into the quarterfinals without winning their group. I think it's maybe 1 team from each conference gets in without winning their group.
Okay.
Because it's, three
group
winners on each side, and then one additional team to make 4 and 4 for the quarterfinals.
Kind of
right.
8 total teams in the quarterfinals.
Semifinals and finals played in Vegas.
Hey,
and incentives monetarily for the players. And then I also saw they recently announced also monetary incentives for the coaching staffs on top of that. Our guy, Willie Gogali, talked to Zach LaVine about the play-in tournament before tonight's game. And Zach said, I don't know if it'll have the same type of effect as like a playoff scenario, but it should be something different and fun and exciting. We'll see that tonight. I know guys will play hard like usual, but with added things to it, I think it can give a different type of excitement. And then added when Will asked him about the, financial incentive for the players to actually care more about this. Mm-hmm. I loved Zach's response, which was, quote, no one ever turns down money.
That is a Zach LaVine quote.
Accurate.
No one.
So the players on the winning team who win the in-season tournament, $500,000 each.
Ooh.
And then I think it's $250,000 for the runners-up. Ooh. And then even teams who make the quarterfinals, every player on the teams that make the quarterfinals, I think, get like $50,000.
Like, seriously, though, that could be life-changing money for some of those
For some
players.
people.
For the bench players.
Yeah.
Other
for
guys,
Zach LaVine, less
new
so.
earrings for Zach LaVine.
Yeah, I was going to say. Zach LaVine was wearing $500,000 of jewelry at Media Day. And good for fucking him.
But no, seriously, yeah. But for guys like Terry Taylor, you know what I mean? Or even Dalen Terry, like those kind of guys, like that's $500,000, bro, that you weren't going to have.
Yeah.
So I get it. So I'm interested to see if a couple of these bench players be itching at it. You know what I mean? What extra hype trying to get in it. It makes it interesting. That's all I'm saying. It makes it interesting. The money makes things interesting. I'm ready to go see it. I don't like Zach sitting here talking like he go to the playoffs all the time, though. Not a playoff scenario, nothing. You don't go. Like, come on, dog. I'm going to need you to get there.
One time.
I need you to get there, bro.
One time. All right. Before we wrap up, a quick look at the Brooklyn Nets, who the Bulls face tonight. They are without Cam Johnson.
Sorry.
Did you have something to say?
No, I'm trying to boo the opposition.
Oh, I see.
Them. Boo this man.
Boo earns. No Cam Johnson tonight, calf strain. No Nick Claxton tonight, ankle sprain.
Thank you.
So Bulls getting a little bit of help because those are two very key pieces for this Brooklyn squad.
Yeah.
They also had on the injury report coming into tonight Spencer Dinwiddie and Dennis Smith Jr. with an ankle and a hip respectively. They both, however, have been given the green light and are active to play tonight.
Damn it.
Cam Thomas, meanwhile, not Cam Johnson or anyone else, Cam Thomas is leading the Brooklyn Nets with 28 points per game so far this season.
He's balling,
they
man.
also have Mikal Bridges averaging nearly 21 per game while grabbing 6 boards, dishing 4 assists. This is a guy who, when he arrived in Brooklyn in the crazy Kevin Durant madness, in the 27 games he played at the back end of last season as a Brooklyn Net, he averaged 26 a game.
Yeah, he was balling out of control.
Like, this Brooklyn team does not have the, KD, Harden, Kyrie trifecta anymore, but they got talent on this squad. Oh, and a now alive again Ben Simmons.
Yeah, and I'm sure that makes our guy Bulldog very happy because he was very, very high on Ben Simmons this season.
Was crying for years for the Bulls to trade for Simmons.
Years he wanted Ben Simmons
and I was saying over my dead body.
Yeah, for valid reasons. But, yeah, Ben Simmons is realizing he's tall, so he's grabbing rebounds. He's still not a great scorer. What is he averaging, like 8 or something like that?
Simmons so far this season, not even scoring double digits, but as I mentioned, over 10 boards a game and 7.5 assists per game,
which
doing
is
that
solid.
Ben Simmons distribution.
I mean, those are solid numbers, but it's the key of what Ben Simmons is a defender. Mm-hmm. So that's what you're going to have to watch out for this game because that's where his bread is buttered. Those numbers are fine, but his bread is buttered on defensive end, so I'm interested to see it. Shout out to Cam Thomas, though, who started it last year when he would just have streaks of just like dropping 40 or 50 points.
Yeah, he had that
guys.
crazy streak of 30 plus.
Yeah, dog.
And I remember the Nets came in to have a game against the Bulls while that streak was going on, and I was like, Cam Thomas has scored 30 plus in how many straight games? What?
It was crazy, man, but he's been balling out. So good for him, you know what I mean, doing his thing. Hopefully he won't do it again tonight. But, yeah, like you mentioned, Mikal Bridges, man, he's really just shown what he can be. And I like the fact that he can show you he's a system guy, because he was that in Phoenix. He was a system guy. He was getting like 14 a game, but he was playing great defense. But he also showed you he's got star potential as well, man. So you got two guys who can put the ball in the bucket. Combine that with Spencer Dinwiddie, who we know can put the ball in the bucket. Got yourself a steal going, man. Got to watch out, Bulls.
This is no easy task.
No.
Staring at the Bulls tonight. This Brooklyn team is legit. The Bulls, as I mentioned, a little bit shorthanded with no Io. He's been playing 10, 12 or so minutes off the bench as the 10th guy in Billy's rotation. Will be interesting to see if Billy sticks with a 10-man rotation tonight and who gets those Io minutes, or if he shrinks it down to 9. Yeah. Beyond, now you got Pat coming off the bench instead of Torrey Craig. You got Caruso and Javon. You got Drummond. Does anybody else get minutes tonight?
I'm also interested to see how long he goes with Torrey Craig in that first quarter. Is he going to have him on the Pat's minutes restriction thing, or is he just going to let the vets play? Because Billy loves his vets, man. So I'm really interested to see how that works out. Is Pat the first person off the bench or the third person off the bench?
Right.
I'm looking at all that, man. So, and I'm looking at the court. I can't wait to see all this red. That's why I wore red, because I know what they're going to be looking at. I'm excited for all that's about to happen, guys.
Our guy, French Bulls TV. That's where my head's at. Give me Julian Phillips minutes tonight. Let's go. Play that young man.
Play that young man.
I want it. I need it. All of my Bulls fan eggs are completely irresponsibly going in the Julian Phillips basket. For now. That's where they are. Let's go play some basketball. NBA in-season tournament.
Does that count?
Tips off in just a couple of minutes. It doesn't count towards the post-game count.
Okay.
This is different.
It's his hats. He can set it how he wants.
Right. Get your bets in on DraftKings. We will see you after Bulls Nets for post-game, where we will also hear from our guy, Will the Goat Gottlieb. Big Dave, Bow, BWL Sports on Bulls.
One more thing.
Yeah.
If the Bulls win,
this,
guys, right here is the brand new Goon of the Night belt. Brand new. If the Bulls win, it will be unveiled tonight in the post game. This is another incentive for the Chicago Bulls to get this W, is to see this brand new belt. I've seen it. They haven't seen it. I've seen it. It is amazing. I'm telling you, this joint is dope. Tune in the post game. Let's get this W, Bulls, so we can show them what we got in this nice bag right here.
I really would like to see that belt tonight.
It's nice.
588-2300 Empire. Let's get some goonage
today.
We'll see you all for post game. Thanks for watching pregame. Hit the thumb on your way out. Let's see red, shall we?
Yeah.
Peace.
Patrick Williams, parlay, believe.
We all silly like the mayor.